that draft. It's purely just, I'm good at this champion, I'm going to pick this. The only champ that's, other than Zeri and maybe the Morgana, which is a direct Vi counter, yeah, they're just kind of, I like this champion. There's not a lot of cohesion, there's not like
Enpa.
But Empa may have done a whoopsie.
Yeah, he's gone for a really aggressive play, but they were ready for it. The broken wings do get him back out, though.
Well, able to hop over the wall. Very nice. Of course, Empa is the resident Riven. Played it a little bit on his debut split. Made us all get very excited for him. Has been a hot minute since he pulled it out, but this time into Kiaya wants to try and bring it down again, and it was sort of touched on desk. I'm just going to bring it up now. Lane belongs to the Emperor. If we can bring up the graphic, 44 solo kills in the regular season. Absolute menace. I didn't get the exact stats, but I was able to work out that he's got about 12 in the matchups against GAM, which is actually 12. It was about 10 in the first series against GAM. Then he picked up 3 more in series in the second matchup. So he's a
bit of a monster.
Kind of good.
Celebrity moving forward onto Style, wants to chase him down, flashing forward, but he stops his movement, but it doesn't matter, gets the kill anyway, gets on out as well.
Passing that auto attack made it close, but Celebrity stepping up big alongside Paulette in this bot lane for SBTC has been actually a huge part of their success, especially towards the start of the split.
Level 2, and it's a Yuumi.
Yeah, going straight onto trying to keep the Yuumi away felt a little bit weird, because when she's disconnected, she doesn't do a lot. She's not, and you have the Sivir just raining on hell down onto the Zeri, and this absolutely justifies that this was kind of the plan from level 1, from the side of SBTC. They started Longsword instead of Cull, so we're not looking to just run this one out.
And I mean, the thing here is, looking at this draft, I think GAM is making a bit of a mental gamble here, because if they can beat SBTC with this draft, SBTC knows they can't win. If you get this draft, you get Vi, Sivir, Yuumi, and then a comfort pick top, you can't do anything. And speaking of top, in comes DNK. Kiaya's in trouble, gets to his tower, doing his absolute best with the Qs, actually burns the flash from Enpa, so doing well there on the Aatrox.
Yeah, they definitely screw up that tower dive right at the end there. I think Enpa's sort of missing his Qs, but Levi's on the wraparound, so is B. This should be easy, mate.
Yeah, they're coming in. They want to get onto Celebrity. There's not much he can do up against that Nocturne and Alistair combo, and that'll be a kill back in Styles' pockets.
Yeah, all the summoners had been used previously, still level 2, no spell shield. Just really nice, really easy, and able to capitalize a little bit better due to the position of the waves. So GAM are clapping back a little bit better right now, but I still feel pretty good if I'm a fan of SBTC, because, yeah, you lost a lot of this bot lane pressure, but top lane is going okay. You've still got a lot of control in the mid lane, and Vi will be able to continue to just keep pressure on and use these pushing lanes to try and look for these objectives and control the lane.
Yeah, we'll have to see. If that top lane dive had gone better, I feel like SE would have a pretty huge advantage right now. But now you have Enpa with his Ignite down. He has obviously opted to take that Ignite. I don't know if he can be as aggressive up against Kiaya now, and it sort of neuters the Riven pick.
Kill threat's definitely not there without the Ignite online, and especially being able to back with that single cloth armor. So, but as long as you can keep it up, I want to see a bit more of the hard shove, crash the wave, and then go annoy the jungler type style from Enpa, rather than just try and harry Kiaya onto lane. But now Levi, he's been a little bit quiet so far in this split, as we mentioned, but he is looking to be active today on a farming jungler at that. So actually, just as escorting Kiaya's top wave in, but if Emperor oversteps, that could be dangerous.
It could be. Levi, I think he is just covering, anticipating possible DNK action towards this top side. But it doesn't end up happening, so he will just drift down and meet his opposite number near this seafood in the river. And with Carty being able to just always perma-shove the wave, it will be GAM controlling the crustacean.
Yeah, Carty had the bounce on this particular push, on this particular wave, so that will benefit them. Tier 1, though, has been doing pretty well to keep Carty on tower, has backed for that early Oblivion Orb, so means gank opportunities start to become somewhat viable against Dia. It's not really going to mean all that much, but once we hit that level 9 mark for Carty, then should have absolute perma priority as mentioned. But just that top, everything's just sort of slowed down, which is kind of not what SBTC was going for, but that bot lane gank just completely killed their momentum there, and now they're just a little bit behind. It's a pickaxe to a Noon Quiver, so the shove and power just feels a little bit better for the side of Style, and Colin Pocket, that means the scaling is going just the way they want it.
It's true, but at the same time, it's not a canyon between them, it's just that little river. GAM moving over there, this should buy them priority on this first dragon. I don't think DNK wants to do anything, maybe go for a steal, but it's really not worth it. He's not going to do it. This is a good early objective for GAM, but the next question becomes a Rift Herald, where Enpa is much stronger, because look what Enpa's just done.
Yeah, he's gone and done a little bit of thievery, picking up a red buff right now. He might run into Carty, and this could leave him in a... Okay, no, he's just gonna zoop over the wall. Feels pretty comfortable there, and yeah, just this top side, it belongs pretty comfortably to Enpa in terms of priority, as long as he wants it. Of course, doesn't have it right now. And this should mean that if they commit to this Rift Herald before a swap can come in from these 80 carries, advantage should really lie in the side of SBTC, and then they can use that to break open gold. It feels a little bit rough though, because you have to race against a Cloud Drake, which means the rotation to that Rift Herald is going to be a little bit too fast for SBTC's liking.
We are also seeing one of the weaknesses of Yuumi. B was able to reset a little bit early because Style was under no threat. He just resets early. He goes on the roam. He's now very, very far ahead. Paulette obviously unable to do that because he needs to get carried back out onto the map realistically. So this kind of forces SE to say, okay, we're not going to get the Rift Herald. We're going to go for the plates. Now they back on that. SE, I feel like they get nothing out of this situation.
He can't really go for the plates because Zeri hasn't really shown themselves, so they can assume she's running down there. You don't have dive threat, you have a Yuumi. So you're just going to have to try and race yourself up there as quickly as possible. They are going to be able to get there in time. GAM have not started up anything. And so this should actually end up being the Shelly bargain for the side of GAM, taking the plates onto the Zeri instead of the Rift Herald.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation there. This does get the Zeri further ahead individually, but with Enpa moving over, potentially getting that Herald dropped in his lane could become a real lane bully as this game goes on. This is something we've seen when Enpa has gone towards this Riven. It's actually not going to be dropped for him, it doesn't look like, but still, the point stands. I think he's played it twice and he's won one, lost one. But in both games, he was unstoppable in the side lane. That's how he plays this pick. He just locks down that 1v1 and just has to pray that his team is able to hold their own in the 4v4.
Yeah, unfortunately, this side lane has not been really breaking out the way he has wanted it to, so I would really expect / prefer just the standard funnel the Civ and get the 500 civil win CS civil win condition type thing going, because I don't think Enpa is ever going to feel truly challenged by Kiaya in a side lane. I think at best it's going to be a bit of a wash on both sides, maybe depending on a gank here or there. But getting that Sivir going, catching up for the to make up for that cull that you didn't go for. I think that's where you really want to get things going, get this big team fighter, and let Celebrity carry on. One of the two champions who's really stood out on this split.
Yeah, but if we do look at that ADC matchup, you can see that Style is already tier 1 boots ahead, and the Cull hasn't actually popped yet. He's still got 6 CS left on that one. So, yeah, it's a little bit brutal. It will be for a little while. Of course, these things will begin to even out if the game stays quiet. This is a glacially paced VCS game at the moment, as we are only at 2 kills coming on 12 minutes. But for now, and potentially for the mid game as well, it is GAM sort of with the advantage.
Yeah,
in goes B, immediately wants to do it. There's a paranoia as well, but I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on it. Not with DNK showing stuff. No, of course they will. Celebrity moving forward, breaks the fear tether. DNK able to zone them away. They can't go under tower against this Vi.
Yeah, DO1 is there, and there was a really nice little step from Carty.
Soul Shackles immediately broken there. Can't hit the Dark Binding either. DNK with the fancy feet. Yeah,
and DO1's just heading straight back towards this mid lane tower to try and get the shove. He has the teleport if he wants it, but it can be matched by Kiai. That's not necessarily something I want to try. So they're just going to try and force them off. DNK stepping forward, but of course Black Shield a nuisance. So overall, it's another plate, a fair amount expended, but they've cancelled the recalls. They feel safe. They are going to be in pain.
Party on the way. There's the Black Shield being used. They go straight on to Celebrity. They know where their bread is buttered. Levi just fending them off. As with B, Celebrity goes down. GAM, you can't think they're gone until you know for sure.
Just DO1 or even caught a reset somewhere in there, and he's gone for the Imperial Mandate. That's not good anymore. It's like, you have a lot of damage on your team. I understand that. You don't necessarily need that. But if you're the sole AP threat, I guess Paulette, but we're not on the new patch. We're not back to Artillery Uni. It's still heal bot. Go to the Leandries. It's just better.
I don't 100% agree, because I don't think anyone's building armor on this team. But regardless, Herald summoned up in the mid lane. Let's have a replay of what went wrong bot. This is the this is actually the second half of the play.
Yeah, this is the second half, and the splitting out Celebrity, just isolating him from the Yuumi and the Vi is just really, really good to see, and they're just going to do it again.
Yep.
Yuumi has left the bot lane. It is Jungle Yuumi now.
Yep, this is Stray 2022. The cat's missing as they throw a lot of CC at DO1, force the Demonic Ascension. I don't know if he wanted to keep walking forward there, because now he's had to burn his flash because of the threat of Style. He's locked up again, goes gold, but he'll be able to get converted. That's a huge mistake by DO1.
Yeah, just starting to see the standard things. SBTC, they come in looking okay. No, there was no chance. No chance at all.
Yes, there was. DNK was in the pit. He nearly stole it, didn't actually get it in the end, as they're on the run now. Final chapter, trying to buy space, uses the Vault Breaker as well, doing everything he can. Assault and Battery goes in, no, doesn't quite get it done. DNK goes down. Paulette has to jump to Celebrity, try and get away, but oh no, a Dark Binding lands, and SE have fallen apart.
SBTC are going to need a new logo. This time, turn it to get away from the chicken and turn it to the ants who go marching one by one into the goddamn meat grinder that is GAM. Because that's what they just did there. And before I was interrupted by a replay, oh my god. Yeah, we see here, DNK jumped over the pit wall, but so much health left on the dragon that GAM can just turn. And I mean, I'm surprised they didn't try and kill DNK earlier, but yeah, here, they just try and turn again for no reason. DNK, I guess they no Celebrity here, but you're still at a numbers disadvantage. Vi goes in way too far alone, and Celebrity just, you don't have enough spell shields. Yeah, they fall apart. Once the game starts to fall apart, SBTC reverts to a solo queue mentality, and that's just how it's going to happen.
Yeah, and if we look up on the top side, the Riven counter pick has not worked at all. Kiara has managed to get towards his Mythic. He's got that Gore Drinker, and evidently he feels strong enough to just face up to Enper, and it's Enper that has to play on the back foot.
Yeah, the time Enper spent going for that red buff has actually really hurt him, because it took a little bit longer than I think he was expecting to, and so he's fallen behind a decent amount in that CS lead just by sort of virtue of not being in the lane enough. So we're all just kind of losing across the map. A Celebrity are going to try and get something back here.
Yeah, they go find their way in onto Carty. The Black Shield dodges a lot, but won't dodge enough. And Celebrity, oof. Oh god, I misread the kill feed there for a second. I actually thought Celebrity had somehow died. Maybe I'm just getting used to SE players dying for no reason, as it is in fact Carty that goes down. But GAM are going to answer it with a push in the mid lane.
Come get a tower as well.
I
think we saw that.
Moving in, trying to get in onto the cow. There's the Paranoia. Demonic Ascension comes in. A lot of damage going through onto Levi. Enpa will pick up that kill. B going low. Dia 1, big threat in that circle. SE do manage to answer back.
Yeah, they managed to actually pull it out, survive that entire thing, getting Levi down as well, so no Rift Herald drop. Actually, a massive win considering they were fighting without Celebrity. They just had their biggest damage source was gone, but Enpa was enough to carry it home, pick up that kill onto Levi, and that will get him into a much more comfortable position as he continues, and maybe give him the opportunity to race ahead of this Aatrox.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Enpa, I think you hinted at it earlier, and I think the way the game is going has only made you more and more correct. I don't think Enpa can win this game through side lanes. I think he has to be a team fight threat. He has to be a frontline threat that allows Celebrity to be that ridiculous auto attack machine that we know Sivir can be. Speaking of the Sivir, he is farming up, but the elephant in the room has green hair and shoots electricity.
And is delaying the Infinity Edge, which I don't like. Titanic fine, but it kind of needs to be fourth. You really aren't doing much damage without that Infinity Edge. If you have your ultimate up, it's a little bit better and you can survive the you can actually participate in fights a little bit better, but outside of that, if you have no ult, you have no Infinity Edge, you don't really do any damage. It's not going to matter because the rest of GAM is just in such a commanding position, but small things. If it's just the stop off at the Tiamat for a bit of extra push, I'll allow it.
Yeah,
I'm watching you stop.
Yeah, we got our eyes on you. And there's a lot to watch.
On speed dial.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
He's not. He's not much of a genius to split. But regardless, he's 3,000 gold ahead.
Yeah. 650 gold shutdown on his head. That's a bounty that GAM would love to pick up, but if Carty just goes and sits next to him, a lot of your options dissipate. You don't have that cease and desist to work with, because Black Shield's just kind of bonkers OP. And
it is a very strong spell.
And that's almost another reason why we didn't want Imperial Mandate on Swain. Also, okay, look, Dia's trolling. You cannot go any other item second, then realize if you're going Mandate, because otherwise you're not really proccing it and getting the benefit. Otherwise you have to land your E, which is kind of hard, or your W, which is also kind of hard.
Very hard. If you're playing against, people that can turn their computers on, you don't hit the W.
He's absolutely trolling, and
I mean, look, I feel like Dia. I don't disagree that it's the wrong decision, but I want to give Dia the slight excuse of he went Imperial Mandate because he actually got the Bandle Glass Mirror super early. He got it on his first bag. I think he committed to Imperial Mandate after bot lane went well, and he went, sweet, I can just be that kind of supportive Swain. And then everything went wrong, and he went, I really need a Zhonya's. Because he does need a Zhonya's.
He does,
but he also really needs a Rylai. What he needs is about 3,000 gold.
He needs to either, I don't know. I said it at the start. I don't think Rylai's is ever really worth going at this. Imperial Mandate's really worth it. I mean, Swain's kind of fallen out of favor in general across the meta, but he still can do a lot of damage with the right build and with the Leandries, and just I feel like Mandate. It was cool. It was nice, but its day has passed, and DO1 is still stuck in the past. As is a lot of the people who still think he's that absolute menace he was in
You're really going
2020.
hard. Did someone like piss in your cereal today?
Yeah.
Did people bite you? Or...
Damn.
You're not happy.
No, I like Swain. I really like the new Swain. But you're just making it shit. Hate this guy.
Bobby.
Meanwhile, on the other side, three sources of heal cut. They know what they see the Yuumi. They see the Swain. They are getting rid of that as quickly as possible. And look, it's just GAM. GAM's just really good.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this is... All of our analysts predicted a 3-0 for a reason. As DNK has caught on. This should be a kill. Picked up onto Levi. Not very well positioned there. They're trying to get something done, but the rest of GAM have arrived. Enpo goes into the ultimate, has to move on out. B going low. Now there's some shurikens bouncing around. Celebrity's getting a lot done. Riven has fallen, but the Aatrox goes down as well. B extremely low. Dia trying to deal the damage, but doesn't quite have it. Goes gold for a moment. Style wants to be the carry. Can he land this last little bit of damage over onto DNK? Yes, he can. Celebrity has a Yuumi. It's a 3v3 on the map. B can't rejoin, though. Really a 2v3, but SE aren't able to find their way back in.
Yeah, can't quite get it in, can't quite get it done, and we saw how much healing was done by Kiaya that stalled it out and made it go okay in the end for GAM, but Celebrity got to be untouched for most of that. And unfortunately for them, they're just going to have to get those kills and walk away. They pick up Levi very early on, and then it's just out of position a little bit. Enpa they feel like they can collapse on him, but DNK can't get into touch Kiaya. He can't apply the heal cut, and I believe he's the only one on the team with it. So he just gets nice big heal, buys enough time for the ramps to start up for Style, gets enough kill onto Enpa, and it's just pans out okay as DNK goes a bit deep to finish that one off.
Yeah, look, I mean, if he hits that Q, they probably do kill the Zeri, but he wasn't particularly close to hitting it.
Yeah, good luck hitting that Q is also the thing with that extra dash is just hard to catch. And now we're moving on. Heal cut's starting to come in Palette. So once that Putrefier is complete, Kia will not have nearly as much fun in team fights. But Celebrity has the push. And
yeah, but they have to go back because Shirelius has been popped. In goes B. They want to get it started onto Dia. Pops into Monica Centron. Style has the ultimate running as well. Kiaya on the side. Has the World Ender going. There's the Paranoia. They finally use it and DNK gets ripped back with those infernal chains. The fight continues in GAM's favor as Enpa will fall as well. Can do nothing in the back line. Kiaya threatening forward, but GAM will take their 2 kills and they'll head to Baron.
Yep, that's it. Jungler down, top laner down. Celebrity can wreak a lot of havoc in an enclosed area, but Dia1 has no ultimate, there's no flash, he has no mana, so it's just going to end up being a trade-off. It will stop the soul, but that's a Baron, and there is still a lot of standing gold on the map for GAM to take. It's not like they need it, but they are definitely going to take it.
Yeah, I actually think this is about as good as SE could have hoped for. The fact that they, quote-unquote, only lose the Baron. I mean, I think Infernal Soul is stronger than Baron. I know that's a hot take, Marby. But a buff that lasts the entire...
Goodbye, DNK.
I think DNK might be dead when we come out of this replay.
He might be dead, but it's a nice start of an engage onto Dia1, and then just Dia1 is zoned completely out of the fight, and his ultimate runs out so early that he just doesn't really get to participate. It's a little bit sus on that pullback from DNK. He's probably calling shenanigans, but Emperor tries to salvage the play, but stopwatch on top of B means that's okay. DNK didn't die.
Okay.
He didn't
I guess they just didn't want to overcommit onto him. Paranoia comes in onto the sideline. Levi is fighting Enpa 1v1. Clearly not scared of him whatsoever, as he's got friends coming. Well, he had friends, and that's what matters. The power of friendship gets B a kill. DNK thinks about it, then goes, I've decided against it. A teleport from Carty and Garma committing to the bot side as they have Style sitting up top, shredding down the base towers. It's all gone wrong for SE.
Yeah, paranoia is correct. Empa, I mean, we saw that, could have absolutely just minced Levi, but did not realize quite how far away B and KIOS, so ends up falling down, can't get to his team in time either. And yeah, just it's a bit of a pointless teleport from Cardi. I think he was predicting a bit more of a push by SBTC to try and actually engage a fight and take that opportunity while him and Star were in the top side, but in the end, nothing done. Bit of a, not the best usage, but you still got the towers on top side. You still won the skirmish bot. Just gotta sit back and come back for the next siege, and how long that's gonna be, 40 seconds left on the Baron. You can probably do that. You can take that mid tower. I believe in you.
I believe in them too, Marby. We have a lot of belief. We're believers here. I mean, look, let's not beat around the bush, Marby. It's an 11k gold difference, 28 minutes.
It's
a bit of a canyon.
It's 4 items there. Celebrity's still working on that Infinity Edge. It's not going well. It's looking like a little bit of a diffy in the items department, pretty much across the board.
I mean, I think there's a diffy.
NK is still hunting for that mythic. That person is going to be.
This is actually really interesting. As a VCS caster, is this the first game we have ever cast where the junglers have just not existed? Levi's not had a particularly good game either. He's had some decent Nocturne ults, but overall he's had a pretty average game, and DNK's had a shocker.
I feel like there's been some. I feel like there was.
Well, ones that don't involve Drakthar.
There were the SCB games against Genius, where the game just ended before BJ could really do anything. It's just kind of along for the ride, but other than that sort of thing, no. Yeah, the junglers tried a little bit at the start, and then just the game was won and lost around them.
To sort of go back to something we were talking about earlier, if SE can't win with this draft, and they obviously, I think, controversial take here, I think GAM's going to win this game. They're very, very heavy favorites right now. If they can't win with Sivir, Yuumi, Vi, that are just S+ tier on the patch, what do they even do?
Good question.
Order pizza for like 45 minutes from now?
I mean, I think, I don't know. Just try not to give up at the first falter, first sign of faltering, because that's kind of what just happened. They lost it. They had really strong early momentum coming out the gate, but a bit of a fumble on the top dive, and then a counter gank bot side. And then SBTC just sort of hold up, and then, except for occasional we're going to try and salvage play. We're going to try and help a caught out member and try and just solo queue it. And this has been a big faltering, big problem for this team, this organization, ever in history. So, I know, if I'm SBTC, what am I looking to do? Maybe Seg kind of needs some help in the team mentality coaching department, because that's a soul. Next game.
One thing I do want to say is I think people are going to look at this team comp and they're going to say that the Riven's the problem. Because it's the weird pick, right? It's not. The Riven's fine. Maybe you don't pick it again, because just put Enper on Gnar or something. Just something a little bit more standard. But Enper is not the problem this game. It was a complete bot lane and jungle collapse.
I would definitely say the Riven was not
the solution.
It definitely didn't do what it was intended to do at all. It didn't win a lane. It didn't really end up doing anything. But no, it's a mental collapse. It's a just macro difference. They're just not able to really put things out. I think almost the solution is put Paulette back onto Nautilus. He's been pretty good this split, and I feel like they work a little bit better with him calling the shots. Like, Lulu was good, but again, I want him calling the shots. It's the RNG Ming situation. Ming can play Enchanters very well. RNG does not work very well with Ming on Enchanters. So, it might be the same sort of thing for SBTC, because he's played some nice Lulu games. They just haven't really done anything with it.
Yeah, it's a hard to diagnose problem at the moment. Celebrity popping the ultimate just to run away, always a bad sign for Civ teams, as an inhib has fallen, as has a tower. A second inhib will be joining it, and GAM, this is just methodical. They know they don't need to do anything fancy here. They can just slowly push the bot lane, and then the game will end itself. Yeah,
this is the GAM hates the casters type of play, where they could just take a fight, and they'd win 99% of the time. But they want to make us talk. They want to make us sweat. They want to make us work for it. They don't need to.
No, they don't.
It's just cruel and unusual punishment.
Look, the thing is, coming into this series, GAM are the heavy favorite. I think we all expected them to win this series. As I said, we all predicted a 3-0 Kiaya, trying to get something started, lands a knock up onto Enpa, but he is a slippery dip as he gets away. The third inhib falls though, and GAM, I mean, as you said, they could just take a fight and end it. It wouldn't surprise me if they end up resetting one more time though.
If they reset one more time, I'm going to be mad. But
oh, no, not with the dash landing. They're just going to go straight in. There's the paranoia. Vi's already gone down. Style unable to be locked down. Not with the Black Shield, not with the Guardian Angel. Enpa gets away onto the fountain, but only just. Style playing gatekeeper here as he rat-a-tat-tats those bullets over. The Nexus is the next target in his eyes. Dia 1 falls right as the game ends, and GAM show why they are the favorites to win this split.
Absolutely dumb.